Welcome back to Topictrick. I am so excited you are here today. Today, we are going to talk about something invisible. It is something you use every single minute, but you probably never see it. We are talking about the API. Right now, as you watch this video, your device is talking to a server. How does it do that? It uses an API. In fact, in the last year, hackers attacked these invisible doors over 150 billion times. Why? Because APIs hold the keys to the entire global economy. By the end of this video, you will be an expert. We will go from the very basics to advanced enterprise concepts. We will even look at a live example you can try right now. Let's get started. First, let's look at the name. API stands for Application Programming Interface. That sounds very fancy, but let's break it down into plain English. Application just means a software program, like your banking app or Instagram. Programming is the language we use to give instructions, and an interface is just a way for two things to meet. Think of a steering wheel. That is the interface between you and your car. You don't need to touch the engine, you just turn the wheel. To really understand this, let's use my favorite analogy. Imagine you are at a restaurant. You are the client. You are sitting at a table with a menu. The menu lists everything the kitchen can make for you. Now, there is a big problem. You cannot go into the kitchen. The kitchen is the server. It is full of complex machines and fire. If everyone went into the kitchen, it would be a disaster. It's a security risk. So, how do you get your food? You use a waiter. In this story, the waiter is the API. You give your order to the waiter. The waiter takes that order to the kitchen. The kitchen prepares the food, then the waiter brings the food back to your table. In the digital world, your phone is the customer, the database is the kitchen, and the API is the messenger. It takes your request, it tells the system what you want, then it brings back the data. Now, why is this so important for businesses? Think about the Lego theory. Modern apps are not built from scratch anymore. They're built like Lego castles. They're made of different blocks. Take an app like Uber. Uber did not build their own maps. They used the Google Maps API. They did not build their own payment system. They used the Stripe API. They did not build their own texting system. They used the Twilio API. By connecting these APIs together, they built a billion-dollar company very fast. This is why APIs are the backbone of the economy. According to the 2025 Postman State of the API report, 65% of organizations now make money directly from their APIs. That's incredible. Let's look at a real enterprise integration example. Imagine a very old bank. They've been around for 50 years. All their customer data is stuck on a mainframe. This is a massive old computer in a basement. It uses legacy code. The bank wants to build a fancy new mobile app, but the mobile app cannot talk to the old mainframe. They speak different languages. So the bank builds an API gateway. The API sits in the cloud. It acts as a translator. The modern mobile app sends a request to the cloud. The API translates that for the old mainframe. The mainframe sends the data back. The API turns it into a pretty format for your phone. This is how old companies survive in a new world. Now, let's get a bit more technical. How do these messages actually look? Most APIs today use a format called REST. That stands for Representational State Transfer. It's used by 92% of organizations. When an API brings you data, it usually comes in one of two formats, JSON or XML. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. Don't let the name scare you. It's just a list of keys and values. It looks like a shopping list. XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. It's an older but very powerful sibling to JSON. It uses tags to wrap data, much like how physical folders in a filing cabinet are labeled. If JSON looks like a list, XML looks like a structured document with clear headers and containers. JSON is the most commonly used data format today, but XML is still prevalent in enterprise systems, banking, and older web services. Let's try a live demo together. Open your browser, type in https://api.chucknorris.io/jokes/random. Go ahead, I'll wait. What do you see? You see a screen with text in curly braces. It probably says icon_URL, ID, and value. That value is the joke. You just made a GET request to an API. You were the client, the Chuck Norris website was the server, and that URL was the API endpoint. In the professional world, developers use a tool called Postman. Currently, in late 2025, version 11 is the standard. It makes these requests look much cleaner. It shows you the status code. A status code is like a secret code from the waiter. If the waiter says 200 OK, it means your food is here. If the waiter says 404 not found, it means that item is not on the menu. If the waiter says 500 internal server error, it means the kitchen is on fire. As we look toward 2026, APIs are changing. They aren't just for apps anymore. They're for AI agents. Think about ChatGPT. How does it know today's weather? It uses an API to ask a weather service. AI bots are now the biggest consumers of APIs. Global internet traffic grew by 19% last year. Most of that growth came from AI bots talking to APIs. This is why security is so vital. Companies like Akamai are blocking billions of attacks every month. If you want to be a developer, you must learn APIs. It is the most important skill in 2026. You don't need to know how to build a whole database. You just need to know how to talk to one using an API. Let's recap what we learned today. First, an API is a messenger. It's the waiter between the client and the server. Second, APIs allow companies to build apps like Legos. Third, JSON is the language they use to send data. And finally, APIs are what allow old mainframes to talk to modern clouds. I hope this makes the invisible world of APIs a bit clearer. It is a powerful tool for your career. Whether you're in marketing, sales, or coding, APIs will touch your work. Thank you for watching Topictrick. If you want to learn how to build your very own API, just let me know. Just comment the word builder down below. We might make a video just for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us keep the lights on in our virtual kitchen. See you in the next video.